Hey y'all, welcome to the No-Guilt Fangirls Podcast. I'm your host and head fangirl in charge, Patty Holiday. And this is a daily-ish fangirl episode called, wait for it Disney fans, Disney plus Andrea and Patty, or Disney plus AP, but bump.
Hey guys, I'm so excited to be here.
That title is totally a work in progress.
We'll get there.
We'll get there. We'll figure something out. All right. Now, contrary to what it looks like on this podcast, and I know what it looks like right now, this is not a Disney-only fangirl podcast. I do fangirl other things, and I don't want this to be just about Disney. But it just so happens that Disney's making a ton of news right now, and I do love a lot of it, so we're going to talk about it. I'm not apologizing. I'm just throwing that out there for the folks who are like, she's all Disney all the time. I'm all Disney all the time right now, but I'll get over it. I'll move on to other things, I promise. So I just wanted to make a note there is that, we have D23 coming up, which is the big Disney fan thing that happens. And it happens every 2 years. So it is a really big deal in my world. And leading up to that, there's going to be a lot of talk that kind of plays off of those things. But for example, I have Veronica Mars season 4 discussion coming up. I also have a cosplay Disney bound type discussion coming up. I know Disney, but it's just a phrase, people. So there are some things that are coming down the pipe that are not specifically just Disney. However, this is who I am. Until the end of August, this might be a lot of what the content is. Not apologizing, just kind of giving you that warning so you have it. Do with it what you need to. Today, I want to welcome Andrea to the podcast. Now, this is her first time on No Guilt Fangirls, but definitely not the last time because we have plans.
We have plans. Thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
We started talking the other day about on Marco Polo, and it just came out. We started discussing all these things that were going on with Disney Plus, and I was like, you know what, Andrea, save it. Let's have a podcast about this. And she was like, wait, like our own show? And I was like, whoa, cowboy.
Hey,
maybe.
Maybe. Idea. I'm going to run with it, and I'm not going to stop. So
I love that about you. I absolutely love that about you. So we're actually kind of playing around with that idea is having a Disney Plus specific show. But for right now, we're just going to talk about it a little bit here, and then we'll get our ish together, including coming up with a title because that's kind of like the sticking point right now. And we'll talk about Disney Plus on a separate show more consistently. But for now, we're gonna put up this segment, this episode, maybe once a week, talking about Disney Plus, what's coming, what we're excited about, what's new, all the details you need to know. Basically, we're going to fangirl the program because we're both really kind of excited about it.
There's a lot to be excited about. I mean, from original content to classics coming back out of the vault and all kinds of stuff that is like blowing my mind every time I read about it. I'm just really on board with this idea.
I am too. And we're going to talk a little bit about why and what all that means in case you're like, what the heck is Disney Plus? Because I'm sure there's somebody out there that goes, I have no idea what these girls are talking about. We're going to explain it. But first of all, Andrea Updike. Hi, Andrea. She is she is a writer, a wife, a mom to 2 boys, and she lives in North Carolina. And she also happens to love, anybody want to take a guess?
Cats?
Well, cats, okay.
Just kidding. Of course, Disney, all things Disney. What's not to love?
I know. Well, there's a lot, but we're not going to go into that right now.
Save that for the vault. That goes in the vault.
That's right. We met on the internet, of course, and it was through the love of Disney where we connected, and we connected back in what
2013, I think.
13, yeah, somewhere around then. And have
6 years ago, apparently.
Yeah, and we've met, we've hung out. We did not run a half marathon together. That was amazing.
That was the best not half marathon ever.
It really was. It was really fantastic. We were supposed to run the Disney World half marathon, and it got canceled. And it's the first time that's ever happened in Disney history that they flat out canceled a Run Disney race. And Andrea came down all the way from North Carolina just for that race.
Yep. Just to hang out in the rain and have a good old time.
basically what it turned into, and it was awesome, but we had a good time. All right, so Andrea, tell us a little about you, your sites, and where we can find you online.
Yeah, well, like Patty said, I'm Andrea Updike, and you can find me online at 2 different places. My newest endeavor is themeparkparents.com, where we talk all theme park news and ideas for helping parents plan vacations, not just to Disney parks, but to parks all over the United States. And I also blog about parenting and recipes and lifestyle and entertainment on justisafourletterword.com. You can find me on social media with my name at Andrea Updike or at Theme Park Parents.
Theme park parents, just as a, I'm going to reiterate this. It's not all Disney. It's not all Disney, guys.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, and it's been really fun living in North Carolina. I grew up in Florida, so I got to experience a lot of the Florida parks as a child, and now again as an adult whenever I get a chance. But here in North Carolina, we're surrounded by a lot of really great theme parks, and we've had a lot of fun exploring and branching out into Virginia and Tennessee and here in North Carolina. So there's a lot out there. There really is.
Oh, there's a ton, and I have that same theme park loving heart. I took my kids on a vacation, and we were, of course, going down to Orlando to go to Universal primarily, and then also we slipped a day in Disney in there because why wouldn't we? But on the way, we stopped at the beach. We stopped at Hilton Head. And for 2 days, it was gorgeous. It was amazing. It was wonderful. I was the only one happy. Everybody else was like acting like they were bored. And I was like, well, let's go ride bikes. Let's go play football on the sand. Let's go body surf. And we are definitely a theme park family. That is the way that's my kids' love language. That's how we all get along, is riding the coasters or getting on the attractions or just basically having that experience. So I love your site, and I'm so excited that you decided to kick this one off. So themeparkparents.com, people, go check it out. Like I said, Andrea and I, we were Marco Poloing, and that's when this idea of talking about Disney Plus kind of came together. And, this is very Andrea. I was thinking like, one episode, let's talk about Disney Plus. And Andrea's like, no, that's a series. That's like a whole show on its own. All right, Andrea, I see you.
I've got a lot to watch, and I'm going to need to talk to someone about it because
yes,
there is some good stuff coming to this channel.
And that's basically the answer, is that there is so much coming on that honestly, if we kind of kept it all here, it probably would turn into this Disney Plus fangirling. So maybe that's what we'll do. Well, we're still in negotiations, but maybe we will create our own show, and it will be Disney Plus. And for the Disney people, we thought it was really cute. Disney Plus AP, get it? Andrea and Patty,
wink, wink.
AP, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Anyway, we'll see.
We'll see. We've got a few other names in the hopper too. So if you have any ideas, let us know, because we're all ears at this point. Oh, all ears. Gosh, I can't help myself.
I see what you did there.
It comes so naturally. I'm Disney in my sleep.
All right. So let's talk about this, Andrea. So first of all, for those that are super confused as to this topic, what is Disney Plus, and why are we talking about this in the first place?
All right. So Disney Plus is a completely brand new streaming service from Disney, and it will house all Disney content, theatrical releases. In fact, it will be the only place that you'll be able to stream theatrical releases in the future for Disney. It will have original content. It will have Star Wars, Marvel, National Geographic, all kinds of programming. And it will be a monthly fee, just like something like Netflix or Hulu. And they're just really going to house it all together to have all Disney in one place. And hopefully it'll just keep growing from there. It's going to be launched in the fall. And I'm pretty excited about it.
I think it's November 12th is the launch date, right?
Yep, November 12th. And they're coming out of the gate with some original programming. They're going to have a lot of stuff on there. And so it's going to be ready to go. I mean, I would expect to be overwhelmed with content for the first few months before. And they've got a lot on deck for day one, and then they have a slate of 2 years out of things that they've planned.
Yeah, no, there is a ton of stuff coming, and I am going to D23 Expo, and one of the panels that I have circled in red is the Disney Plus panel. So I'm hoping to make it into that one to come at you live with some details and some information that they're going to share with us there. Andrea, I know you're a lot like me. We watch a lot of TV, probably more than we should admit to. But what streaming services do you already own?
Well, as it turns out, we have Netflix, we have Amazon Prime, and we have Hulu, which is probably the one we use the least, but we got it on a free trial and then they hooked us. So we've got them all at the moment.
Yeah, same here. I was looking at that going, So Amazon, now in our defense, Amazon Prime comes with the Prime membership. And so I really am an Amazon Prime member because I love that free 2-day shipping.
Absolutely. I would have Prime without the streaming. That is just that's icing on the cake for me.
Don't tell them that. Don't announce that.
I know. I shouldn't say that out loud. But I wanted to include it because there are some shows on there that I really like.
Definitely.
Jack Ryan.
Yes.
That's what the show is about.
Oh my God, that's my favorite. Anyway, so yes, Amazon Prime, and then Netflix. I don't know, is that like a requirement in America now to have Netflix?
As long as Stranger Things is on the air, it is.
Yeah, for real. Love Netflix. And then Hulu. I agree with you. I actually ended up watching most of Hulu. Most of what I watch Hulu for is when I forget to watch my ABC shows. They show up on Hulu the next morning. So like, for example, tomorrow night is the season finale of My Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. And I am actually going to be on a trip, on a press trip with my family. And so I'm not sure that I can say, hi guys, we're going to stop for 2 hours and I'm going to go watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., leave mommy alone. I don't know if that's going to happen or not. So I may have to catch up on it the next.
You'll be in the bathtub at 4 a.m. with your phone and your headphones.
Right. Watching My Agents as soon as it shows up on Hulu. So that's primarily what I was using Hulu for now. And Hulu factors into this Disney Plus in a big way. I snagged a sweetheart Hulu deal. I think it was like on Black Friday or something for 99 cents a month for a year.
Whoa, that's a great deal.
Yeah. And I knew Veronica Mars, which is my other big show, was going to come out on Hulu, not only the old episodes, but the new episodes. And so it was definitely worth the $12 for the year to sign up for Hulu for this year. So we're going to have to see what Disney Plus decides to do with Hulu, because that would factor in on if we're keeping it or not. They have announced that Hulu is going to have the option of being bundled with Disney Plus.
Just like HBO or one of those other add-on channels, because that's how we got into Hulu, was because we needed HBO to watch Game of Thrones.
Yeah, girl, I'm with you. You have just like rattled off all the shows that I've already covered on No-Guilt Fangirl Podcast.
Perfect. So, but yeah, I mean, I like that it's an add-on there, and if you have a mixture of age groups in your household, it's going to be really helpful, because Disney Plus is going to try and keep the content within the app at that PG-13 and below levels. So your R-rated stuff and your, things that push the envelope are going to be on Hulu.
Your Deadpool is going to be on Hulu.
Yep, exactly. Which I love, because right now on Netflix, we have the parents channel and the kids channel, but I allow my boys, who are 8 and 10, I allow them to watch the Marvel movies. And so in order to do that, we have to go to the parents channel. I have to enter our password so that they can watch that movie. And it's nice that it'll be a little bit more broad for them for options, but without going totally to that R-rated.
Yeah, and I know that
content.
there is going to be parental controls on Disney Plus. So if you are a parent who feels the Marvel movies are not appropriate for your kids, PG-13 or not, you are going to be able to lock that down so that they cannot access it unless you give them that permission. So there is going to have that there. And I know Andrea and I both are. Her kids are younger than my kids. I am also a little bit more permissive on what they can watch, but we're both very aware of what's out there from a parental movie review standpoint. And so I think that that's also something else that we could talk about in the future as some of these shows come out. We'll go ahead and watch them. Like, I volunteer to watch the Loki series.
Yeah, I'll be first in line for that one. I'll be staying up all night with that if they drop them all at once.
I know. We're going to watch the Loki series, then we'll come back and we'll let you know if it's family friendly, kid appropriate, from what angle and what ages. Basically, the way that works for me is that I let you know what language is being used, what level of violence is there, what the sex and what the nudity is, which I don't think there's going to be a whole lot of it. If it stays in the vein
Mm-mm.
of typical Marvel stuff, it's going to be mostly about the violence and maybe some language. But if it's on Disney Plus, maybe they'll even tone down the language. So it'll be interesting to see what they put together. But we will definitely report on
Definitely.
that. I mean, that's like something in the future that we're kind of thinking ahead and thinking might be a good way to go with this. So we'll see. But
For sure.
now the price point for Disney Plus. What did you think about the price point? What is it, and does this fit into your budget?
So right now, to start, it's going to be $7 a month, and that's whether you do the standalone app or the Hulu add-on. I think from what I've read, the price is going to be the same either way. I think that's a great price point. I don't expect it to stay there as things go. If it gets more popular and there's more demand, I expect that to rise. But at first, I think it's definitely worthwhile to get in with that $7 a month price point. I mean, it's, I believe, less, with the exception of Amazon Prime, because it's included in a service we already would have. I feel like it's the cheapest option. I'm not sure what the price point is on Hulu, but I know it's cheaper than Netflix.
Okay, yeah, I think you're right. I think that is an accurate assessment. And don't tell Disney, but I was shocked that it was $6.99. I really was surprised to see that price point. I thought it was going to be a whole heck of a lot more than that, but I am obviously not complaining.
Not at all. And I do anticipate a price increase at some
Oh,
point, but
absolutely. Yeah.
I'll take it for now.
That's the Disney way. Come on, Andrea.
I know, right? That's how they hook you.
They do. So
And
the good news is that if you are adding this to all your other streaming services, it's not going to be too financially painful, at least to try it out, to see how you feel about it, to see what works for you and what you're interested in. And then, make your decisions based off of that. Now, we kind of mentioned this before, but let's talk a little bit about what Disney Plus will include. What they have told us so far is they have announced some brand new original programming. Things that I am interested in is Lady and the Tramp live action, because Yvette Nicole Brown is in it, and I adore her. I'm actually dumb excited about that. Plus, I love dogs, so
I love and then the original is just such a classic.
It is. So I am so hyped about that movie, and I'm actually kind of excited that they're putting it on Disney Plus. I think that was a good place for it. I don't know that
Definitely.
I don't know that it could have carried a big wide release, but I think on Disney Plus it's gonna probably get a lot of fans interested, and then also interested in the older one. And I'm hoping that the older one will actually show up as well. I haven't looked at my list lately. I have a list on one of my sites, and I will share that in show notes as to what they have announced specifically by name that will be out there. But we do know there's some original stuff. There's a lot of Marvel specific original stuff, which back at San Diego Comic-Con, Kevin Feige announced as part of Phase 4. So it's not, it's all canon. It's all part of the interwovenness of the MCU. So super excited about that. What else are you interested in? Are you excited about?
Yeah, well, obviously the Marvel stuff. I'm a huge fan of Loki. He's my favorite Avenger, which always makes people laugh because technically he's one of the villains, but whatever. He's my favorite.
I think what we're getting is more villainous Loki. It's going to be, because you remember in Endgame how he took the stone and disappeared. I think that's what we're going to get to. That's my understanding of what the storyline is going to be, is that version of Loki, which I gotta admit,
here for it.
Yeah, I love that he had a turn of heart. I love him in Ragnarok. I loved him in those 10 seconds that we got to see him in Infinity War. So I do love that good redemption. However, there is no Tom Hiddleston like a bad Tom Hiddleston.
Oh, girl. I can't even go there. But I'm looking forward to that, definitely. I'm also really excited about the What If series, because I feel like that's going to give us a lot of really exciting and different content with characters we already like and know.
Yes.
So that's another one, which is a Marvel what if things had happened differently with our favorite Marvel characters. And then I'm really looking forward to, of course, the old classic Disney movies coming out of the vault and onto the screen again. I'm looking forward to those. But I'm also really looking forward to this Imagineer documentary series that they've promised. As far as I know, it's untitled at the moment, but it will be available on day one. And as a theme park lover and a Disney theme park lover especially, I'm really excited to kind of see behind the curtain with the Imagineers and see kind of how things work. And so that's one that I'm really looking forward to.
That one's totally on my list to check out. So yeah, I mean, here's the thing about Disney Plus is Disney is brilliant, and they realized they had all this content and streaming is the future. And why not offer that in this package in this way? So I think it's going to work. I think it's going to be huge. Yeah. I don't know that it's going to knock Netflix out of contention, but I do think it's going to eat into some of Netflix's people, because there are some people that don't feel the need to have hashtag all the streaming services like us, Andrea.
Oh, I don't know about those people. I'm not sure if they're trustworthy entirely.
But
I will say that the fact that they have acquired Fox is going to bring an entirely new programming list into the mix. So we're going to have National Geographic. My boys love watching The Simpsons with their dad. They're going to have access to all of those episodes. I think 30 seasons worth of episodes of The Simpsons. That will keep them busy for a while. And, it's not only Disney. Of course, it's going to have all Disney, but I love that there will also be other things.
Oh, right. I know. We haven't watched Simpsons in years, but that was when my husband and I first got together. We were huge Simpsons junkies, and we watched that all the time. So, well, I have, and maybe that's another topic for another show. I have some conflicted feelings on how kid-friendly The Simpsons really are. As I've gotten older, I've gotten crankier. But oh my gosh, that show is so
that's where the parental controls come into play, because we definitely pick and choose the episodes that we let the boys watch. They're
for sure.
One size fits all, for sure.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Yeah, no. So there's a lot coming to Disney Plus, and we're going to dive into that a little bit more, I think. But for now, we're going to go ahead and wrap this one up. Thanks for listening to the Daily-ish Fangirl today. This was Disney Plus AP. Or maybe it's now streaming Disney Plus, or we're watching Disney Plus, or what the Disney Plus. I don't know. I don't know. What would you name? We're asking anybody that's listened to this nonsense.
Let us know. Yeah, we would love to hear it.
What would you want to name this segment or name this show? Leave a comment on NoGuiltFangirl.com or ThemeParkParents.com and let us know what this particular segment or show should be called. I think we're both kind of leaning towards making it an actual show eventually. We just haven't quite gotten our act together yet, but
we're still in the Imagineering process.
We are still totally there. That is where we are. But we are going to come back next week, and we're going to talk about the new shows more in detail that Disney is putting together, because they are producing a bunch of new content, and there's a lot of cool stuff to fangirl over. So we're gonna come back next week and talk about the new stuff, and then maybe the week after that we'll talk about what we're most excited from the vault. We'll look at the list that they've put out, and we'll talk a little bit more about what's coming there. And then the week after that, I'll be at D23 Expo. So I will definitely come to you guys live. Well, not live, but, semi-live with live-ish. That's right. The Daily-ish will be live-ish.
There you go.
With details as to what we have learned from that particular experience. And I think D23 Expo folks are actually going to get the hookup. I see rumors. I haven't seen anything confirmed through my Disney channels, but it sounds like there may be either a special offer or maybe even, discount codes, something along those lines for folks who are at D23 Expo. So
awesome.
Yeah. So I'm kind of excited about that, but I'll keep you guys posted.
Can I fold up into your suitcase?
Yeah, of course. Hey, Andrea, there is always room for one more. You know how that works.
I do know how that works.
All right. Well, Andrea, are you in for this? Are you gonna come back for these 4 shows that I've already announced that we're doing?
You've got it all planned out, so I guess I don't really have a choice, do I? I'm in. I'm excited. I'm here for the ride. I think it's going to be a lot of fun, and I'm looking forward to hearing what you guys have to say about your favorites and what you want out of Disney Plus and what you're hoping to see. So
yeah, we definitely want that feedback, and we want the back and forth. So you can tweet us, you can find our sites on Facebook, you can go to our websites directly. I'll actually put some links in the show notes if you want an easy way to just click and find us. But yeah, we want to hear what you're excited about, or what questions you have about Disney Plus that maybe we can do some research, or while I'm at D23, I can go out of my way and make sure I get those answers. Yes. Please throw them our way. But yeah,
why don't you get an interview with Tom Hiddleston and come back to us with that, Patty?
Okay, I'll put that on my to-do list.
Just do that. Put that one right at the top. Great, thanks.
Interview Loki, day one. Yeah, it's on there. It's on there. If anybody has the hookup for me to interview Tom Hiddleston, we don't even know if he's going to be there, but he could. He is in the U.S. Now, currently, because he's got his Broadway show going on.
Well, maybe he won't be there, but if you're lucky, Loki will be there.
That's true. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. But yeah, I will do my best to at least breathe Loki air. I would like to be in the same room as Tom Hiddleston. That's hashtag goals right there.
Make that happen. Yep. Just go ahead and make it happen.
All right. Well, don't forget to subscribe, leave those reviews and 5-star ratings, and we'll see you next week on the No Guilt Fangirls Podcast. Thanks, Andrea.
Thanks a lot. Bye, guys.